Hey everyone, it's Untitled Chapter back out with another Awaken Chaos Era video. This is going to be a quick one. I just wanted to go over the patch notes for December 16th. And I am a free-to-play player, so for those of you that are free-to-play players out there, any change that I look upon favorably is going to be overall good for the free-to-play player base. Now, here we go. Zitlin, the curse effect cannot be spelled now, nor can it be extended. This is overall a good change. This reminded me of infinite combo decks of Magic. For those of you that don't know, Zitlin plus Abaddon could extend the curse effect indefinitely until they died. And allowed you to get 700k plus damage in the guild boss. I would have preferred if they capped it so you could still use the combo, but not be as oppressive. Okay, Gajar modified the Viper's Potion from applying poison to all enemies, so apply poison to the remaining enemies, and modified Venom Influx from reducing the target's attack, reducing the target's resistance. This is overall a nerf for Gajar. It reduces the target's resistance, is less valuable than attack, especially when you're using it in a poison comp, when your focus is high. Blackhorn, Totem will now purify a negative effect for all team members. For the end of each turn, and purify a negative effect of a random ally each turn, and Nature's Revival will remove the purification effect and reduces the cooling time by 1 turn. So I'm not sure if this is a stacking effect, meaning it purifies a negative effect each turn for a random ally, and then purifies the negative effect of all team members, or if this is a typo and one of these is supposed to apply. But if that's the case, this is a lot of cleansing. It's going to be really nice for every area of the game, especially Ash Magisteria, where he's the positive affinity, and you need to cleanse. So that's really, really nice. Everyone's going to be getting him who bought the Battle Pass. So for those of you that bought the Battle Pass, this is really, really good. But overall, Blackhorn was a subpar legendary, so I'm glad to see that. Valeria, the lifesteal ratio of Scarlet Feast has been increased from 20 to 35%. The life sacrifice ratio of the Eye of the Cursed One is reduced from 30 to 20%. This is a really, 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 really nice change, especially for those of you that started with Valeria, because this is the one thing that was gatekeeping her from being really nice in some of the dungeons. And Endless Trial. It was that 30% of your max HP at as a cost is really, really high. 20% is still significant, but not as significant. And additional lifesteal will allow her to reach the boss stages and complete content with much higher HP than she was before, which is the one thing that that she was lacking. So Mary, change the ability Protector from grants all team members 1 second invincible for 2 turns to 1 turn. This is big for PvE. The AI is more dumb than we are, so they're going to use it inoperable times, which means that they need the extra turn of buffering. In PvP, it's not going to matter as much because we speed 2 comps to get value out of Mary immediately. So optimize the battle of AI of Blackhorn, Violanda, and Rinstrex. I'm glad to see this. Some of the AI is pretty bad, so they should definitely be looking into some of it. Alright, dungeon adjustments. Fully reduce the attack power of dungeon boss Roaring Topla. So I don't know what fully reduce means, but reducing the attack power of dungeon boss Rolling Topla is really good for free-to-play. Some of the stages were pretty difficult, and now it's being ever-increasing more valuable to farm the dungeons after they nerfed the Mythic stages campaign, and they're decreasing the difficulty. So this is nice. Adjusted the dungeon boss Ash Magisteria. Fix the target selection for basic attacks. Now the target of Restraint Element will be attacked first, followed by the target with the most health, and fix the bug with the summoning of the Fire Imps. So this is nice for single target damage dealers in Ash Magisteria. Even people like Nathalia will get use out of this because she will be targeting the boss more often, which will help you clear that the dungeon. I'm not going to go into the Queen of the Tides changes. There's quite a bit here, and it's basically a new dungeon, essentially. Not entirely, but there's quite a few changes in here. I will be going through all the dungeons eventually, but I'm waiting for them to not change the dungeons every week with all the new patches they're coming out with. So I will be getting guides out later on. Increase the drop rate of high quality equipment on the 9th to 11th floors of the Arcane Dominator. This is huge. Really, really good for free-to-play. You're going to be farming 9 to 10 as a free-to-play player. 11 to 12 is a little more difficult. You might need to put some money in to get there sooner. But if you're free-to-play, 9 to 10 is pretty achievable. Increasing the drop rate, really necessary, especially since they nerfed Epic from Mythic. Other adjustments. Modify the timer with the Christmas theme. This is probably the most exciting change next to the arena for me. I really like Seed Games doing a seasonal kind of change. They might do a Christmas event. Oh, they are doing a Christmas event. I didn't even read that. So they're doing a Christmas event. This is really cool. I like to see that. It makes the game a little more exciting, more fun for the holidays. So optimize the rules for resetting the points in the arena. Reducing the score drop for weekly resets and season resets. This is my favorite change of the entire patch. I was at gold 1 last week, and it reset, and I dropped to gold 5. Now, I was ranked like 63 in Arena, so those are the people who were at Plat 2, Plat 1, Plat 3, Plat 4, Plat 5. All of them dropped to Plat 5. And so I was a huge gap between the top, 60 or so and myself, who was in the, top 50 to 100. All right, so the damage that caused the target's max health and percentage in endless trial artifact was modified to current health percentage damage. So this was the best artifact in the game by far. Gaze of Death allowed you to enter any endless trial with 2 stars and then just continue to use your fodder to clear through the entire endless trial. Now it's current health percentage damage, so you can't do that, but you could still get huge value out of this artifact. Don't mistake this. This is still the best artifact in the game because you can enter and you can do 70% of the target's HP. Think about it. You enter, you do 20%. You enter, they're at 80%, so you're going to do 16% of the target's damage if it's still the same percentage. And then you're going to do, roughly 12.8% and continuously down. So you'll be able to get a bunch of damage out on the boss before you even enter with your main team. So it's still a really good artifact. I'll do some testing on it if that's still the case. But based on what it's saying here, I still think it's the best artifact. Just the ability icons of Mary Evelyn First Dawn. I have Evelyn First Dawn. Let's see what it looks like. Fix the bug that allowed the gear in the arena store to be purchased repeatedly. I don't know who was doing this, but whoever was doing it, I guess they fixed it. I'm glad to see that. Now you can no longer receive the corresponding guild request. So this is huge. Some people were abusing this. They were just leaving guild, rejoining guilds to repeatedly accept quest rewards. I did it on accident. I found out this kind of feature, if you want to call it that. I think it's a bug, but feature on accident when I left a guild and rejoined a new one. So I'm glad they changed that. Hero rating function that appeared after clearing Arcane Downer will no longer pop up repeatedly. This was annoying. I was going through dungeons and I would have to continuously click out on here, rate Mathasia, here, rate Tia, here, rate Evelyn First Dawn for us. So that was annoying. I'm glad they fixed that. Reduce the trigger probability of the party in through an Arcane Dungeon. This is pretty unfortunate, especially for free-to-play. Most free-to-play players are still farming Mythic, including myself, for the glyphs, for the XP, for everything pretty much in Mythic. And Party of 3 is where we got the really good gear, because most of the time it would proc in Mythic. Party of 3, for those of you who don't know, is a free, essentially, mini dungeon where you get yourself and 2 friends to complete 3 different stages, and you get a chance of 5 to 6 star legendary gear, random box. That's really good gear. And that was the main source of really good gear while you were farming Mythic. So this is a really unfortunate change. And that pretty much wraps up the patch rundown. I think overall it's a really good patch with quite a few good updates. Overall, I think it's good for the free-to-play player. I think this is the best, adjustment for free-to-play players right here. And for myself, I really like the arena changes. So I'm really excited for the Christmas event. If you want to see more videos on this channel, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.